Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This episode is ending off Hispanic Heritage Month, and we don't do it properly, maybe, right? I don't know. I'm gonna try to be, we know how we do, man. We gonna try to get it and be respectful. Isabel Peron. Yeah. First female president in South America anywhere. You know what I'm saying? She was out there doing a thing in Venezuela. So, yo, that's what we do. That's how we get down. It's one of them things, man. It was either this or the shorty that won the Nobel Peace Prize, but I want to still keep it historic and not so much of history right now. So I ran with this one. Salute. Venezuela was on my mind this month. Venezuela. Shout out to Venezuela. I don't know why I did it like that, but it is what it is. Rest in peace to D'Angelo. The other night we did the tribute to him, and then we did the podcast, which is, I said that with Black Caesar, and you can always Google that. Go wherever you are when you listen to this and pull that up. And I'm not going to even begin to try to go down that long road, because I ended up talking about a million other things. But I will say this: D'Angelo was a great talent. He made great music. He had there's a documentary about him I have yet to see, and I'm going to have to find it. I'm going to have to hunt it down. But this dude was phenomenal, man. He made great music, and yeah, man. I don't want to, like I said, at this point, I don't want to make this about D'Angelo. I just did a whole joint about D'Angelo and music in general. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I slide up out of that? I'm gonna slide away from that real quick. How the best way to do that? TV. That's what we're gonna. We watched, not Hunger. Why was I about to call that Hunger Games? Squid Games. Squid Games, the great phenomenon of Squid Games. I'm gonna tell you something that I really appreciate about Squid Games. It's not Hollywood. It's not American. It's not wanting to be American. Squid Games shows you just how not daring American television is. Because the season 2, and I guess what you want to call season 3, they had so many people that you genuinely like. They had so many people who had genuine charisma. Gone. The way people died, who died, and how they died was wild. American television would not have allowed it to be that way. They don't sacrifice for the sake of the story that way. Game of Thrones. I don't know how it is in the books. Jon Snow died. We know Jon Snow died. They brought Jon Snow back. Was that part of the plot? Who knows? Don't know. Nobody else in that family really died. A lot of people didn't die that you thought should have died for the sake of the thing. The MCU, it's already widely known Ant-Man was supposed to die. They were like, well, shoot, we already got rid of Tony. Captain America done came back old. We can't do that. We're not going to do that. So they didn't. They essentially destroyed the credibility of their big bad guy because they didn't want to kill Ant-Man. You know what I'm saying? They brought Loki back. Yeah, it happens. That's what happens. Squid Games was just different. Squid Games was a whole totally different experience. It was like, oh, dang. You know what I mean? And people were dying, and it was like, oh, ooh. People were killing people, and you're like, oh. And spoilers, because the joint's been out since the summer, right? And it's October now, so if you haven't seen it, you probably had no intentions on seeing it. The head guy, the main character who won the joint, and they was like, oh snap, killed himself, sacrifices himself. Let me tell y'all how this go down. There's a shorty The shorty that was pregnant, if you've seen season 2 and you know season 3, for those who know what I'm talking about, I'm just saying it. Shorty had the baby. The trans woman was like, yo, I'm gonna go try to find somebody what's good. Boom, get stabbed by the baby daddy. Baby mama's been tripping on him ever since. Like, well, why'd you do it? I didn't know. It was his thing, right? Her ankle's messed up. One of the joints, one of the games is you got to make it across this bridge while the two big joints, big dolls, big whatever they are doing this jump rope thing. So if it hits you, you gonna fall off this little plank of a walk. But you got to jump. Shorty like, I can't go. The head dude, the big dude, the 456, he like, yo, I'm gonna take the baby over, then I'm gonna come back for you. He tries to do that, and the dude who came behind him just start pushing dudes. So he's like, come on, dog. I'm like, man, that's more money for us. They be all right. People are dying all over the place. Only a few people survive. I think, matter of fact, that was like the last game. I think it was 8 people survived. You know what I'm saying? Because they counted. Shorty killed herself. She was like, please take care of my child. She jumps off and kills herself. The baby's hers, so 222 is still in the game. Like, 222 is still in the game. So it's 8 people. My man, the head dude, the dude with the black mask, he pulls my man up in there, 456, and like, yo, son, stab everybody. You and the baby can walk out of here free. Ain't nothing to do. You keep playing around, they gonna kill you. He don't kill anybody. Come to find out, black mask dude took that joint. They gave him the option, and he stabbed up everybody in the room like clack, 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 clack. You know what I mean? I'm giving y'all the whole. I don't know why I'm giving y'all the whole rundown on this joint, but I'm telling y'all that's just the craziness of this. Because I'm only dealing with the game part. I'm not even dealing with all the other stuff that was going on. Because the other stuff that was going on was, again, Hollywood wouldn't have done it that way. Hollywood would have done it differently because it's you know what I mean? Like, I was so Hollywooded up that I'm like, oh, he's gonna be able to tell dude, they're gonna stop dude, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Because if you know, one of the subplots is the detective dude is like trying to get back to the island, and the boat fisherman dude is one of the peoples, and his homie was like, yo, I'm gonna stay back. I'm gonna check this man's out. He done found the stash. He done found the mask. He done found the pink outfit. You know what I'm saying? In Hollywood, he would have been able to get that phone call off, and they would have found out, oh boy, was that joint, and then they would have played him or hemmed him up or whatever. That's how they would have did it in Hollywood. They don't do it that way. My man catches wind of it because your boy got locked up for killing a dog and all kind of stuff. Boom. So now he done wiped out. They was 2 ships deep. The other ship got wiped out completely. He done killed almost everybody on the other ship, but the main detective popped one up in his joint and was like, yo, tell me where they at. I ain't telling you nothing, son. He just died. Hollywood wouldn't have done it that way. They would have done it different. That was, again, beautifully orchestrated. Going back to the games, they on this one joint where it's like each tower is a replica of the symbols. So you gotta hit the button, and you got about 15 minutes to vote one person off for each joint, and then the last remaining people get to split the money. So it's the dude, 456, and the baby daddy, and then these randos. You know what I mean? And these dudes, again, the beauty of it. They go, yo, who we gonna kill? Baby daddy go, nah, let's not kill your man because that's 2 people. They said you gotta get rid of 1. Let's go get the dopehead dude. Dopehead dude don't know what's going on. These dudes is standing there. Gangster. They gangster at first. All of them was gangster. Nobody wanted to put that blood on their hands. Nobody wanted to put the blood on their hands. That's the part that again, Hollywood wouldn't have made it that way. That you realize these dudes are so cunning, so evil, so mean-spirited, but at the end of the day, they ain't got the heart to do that. So the baby daddy takes the pole up, pops my man's off for the joint. They be like, okay. Get to the next side. The next side is where the fight ensues. Mostly everybody died except for baby daddy, 456, and the baby. Again, I'm giving y'all the whole show. 456 and baby daddy, they up here. huffing and puffing. Dude is 456 is telling him, yo, son, let us across and I'll sacrifice myself. Like, nah, son, you won the game. You think I'm dumb enough to fall for that? Nah, B. Give me the baby. Give you the baby. What you gonna do? If you go over there, somebody has to die. You have to eliminate one person. Let me come with you and I'll jump. I'll fall. I'll do whatever. My whole thing is I gotta save the baby. Shorty told me, please make sure that my baby survives. My man flips. Goes, what? You know her on the streets? Y'all know each other out here on the block? I mean, because y'all was all real cozy and stuff together. So what you trying? You was out here scooping on my baby? My man totally lost his mind, right? He saw what was happening with the baby when she had the baby, and it only happened because everybody else was gone. So it was like, yo, I'ma be here. I gotta help you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who had your back is gone. I got you. Because that was the whole point, man. You saw this man's moral compass, and you could see Black Mask dude is like, yo, I lost mine. But this is honorable. Like, yo, and it's crazy because even without seeing facial expression, when they put the camera on Black Mask dude, you knew he was peeping and he was understanding. And it's like, yo, he go up in here, and my man, again, baby daddy out here tripping. He like, yo, nah. Whole time they been in the joint, my man been distanced from everybody except for his close crew. She won't part of that crew. What is he talking about? Now all of a sudden he done, oh man, I think you been smashing my baby mama while she was pregnant. I don't know what he was thinking. But I'm just saying, like, the thought that, yo, somebody would, look, and I'm gonna get back to that in a minute. Anyway, my man, he lets the dude go with the baby. And the little drawbridge, little plank junk is moving back. So my man runs on that joint and he jumps and he makes it to the other thing. Then they got to face off with each other. They end up falling over the joint, but my man 456 is holding on. Baby daddy holding on to the jacket. The jacket rips and he falls. 456 gets up. 456 looks at the baby. 456 gets ready to, and he's basically going, yo, we're not animals. This is not civilized. This is not sane. This is crazy. You know what I mean? What is going on? We're humans, and humans are. And he just drops off. My girl was like, humans are what? Like, I think that was the point. That was the point. You know what I'm saying? We're more than what it is that they perceive us to be. And the crazy part is, I don't even know if they purposely meant it to be this way. But the fact that you had a bunch of white people watching this animalistic, sadistic, chaotic, bringing out the desperation and evil in people was crazy. You know, like I said, I don't know if they purposely meant to make it that way, but it was crazy when you stopped and looked at that. It was like, yo, that's wild, yo. The fact that they even got to dress up a couple of times and go out here when it was all said and done, and you had to, you know what I'm saying, because people didn't do their part of the game. They didn't get the kills they needed. So and that was the whole thing. If you didn't kill somebody, you were going to be killed. You purposely were pitting people who wanted nothing, who were in financial debt, and they were like, oh, play these games to get out of financial debt. Sure. And when these people find out, oh my God, this is what we have to do, I want to go home. They had a chance. You know what I'm saying? That was what season 2 is 3 was about, right? They were like, yo, democracy. Cool, we're gonna be democratic about this. You either O for you want to go. No, O for you want to stay. X for you want to go. And it always would come down to the middle, and then or it would be so lopsided that of course the game would go on. Mainly because the pot got bigger and people were like, I think I need a little more money than that. I'ma see where this goes. I think I need a little more money than that. I think I can survive this. I think I can close these doors so you can't get in, because you can only have 2 to 3 people in each room, and whoever isn't in a room, they get murdered. You were the whole selfishness of, because even when you clicked up, and if you clicked up too much, at some point, it still could only be a handful of people. So somebody got to go. Where was your humanity? And my man was like, humans are. He falls back and my girl's like, what was that? I'm like, that's what that was. That was him going, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Again, Hollywood wouldn't have done it that way. Hollywood would have had it be baby daddy doing all the same thing baby daddy did. Button got hit by accident. Wink, wink. Knock baby daddy off. Everybody go home. Everybody go home. Good, feel good win with the kid and the hero. Nah, son. Nah, B. Nah. I think they're going to do it American Squid Games, and you, if you've seen the show, you know why. But and the epilogue is even better. The epilogue, you find out Black Mass found where my man stayed, went up in the room, took all the money, bounced out. His brother, who was the detective that he shot, and was like, yo, make sure he gets to where he got to get to. Make sure he never comes back around here again. I'm trying to protect him. 222, the baby that survived. Detective comes home, turns on the light. There's the baby, and there's the card and everything. And it's like, yo, boom. This baby needs to be taken care of. This is the winner. And he sees the card. He goes to the account. Baby up, son. Billy's. Crazy. That's how that goes. The dude who was trying to expose the fisherman, he gets out of jail. 6 months later, you know what I mean? He gets out of jail. And he's doing what he's doing. And he's trying to get back on his feet, but he want to get back on his feet legitimately. So, you know what I mean? It's like whatever. And they looking to be loan sharks or whatever. So they go back to 456 crib and the money gone. And you're like, oh, who took the money? I don't know, man. Who took the money? Think the cop took the money? Think the detective dude took it? Nah, he wouldn't have did that. I don't think. Maybe. I don't think, though. You know what I'm saying? One of the other side plots, one of the mass guard people helped the dude escape because he had a sick daughter, and she understood that was why he was in it, because he had a sick daughter. She was out here looking for her daughter. You know what I'm saying? She defected from North Korea. Whole nother side plot that was beautiful, dope. 6 months later, she's sitting there getting her face drawn by the dude who survived and escaped. And he like, yo, I think I know you. He so traumatized, he ain't even, I don't even think he saw her face. He did see her face maybe, right? He saw her face. He's just like, I think I know you, yo. She was like, yeah, I used to work here. I was working here. And he called out the daughter's name. Like, how you know my daughter? I told you, fool, I used to work here. You know what I mean? Maybe she didn't say she worked there the first time. Who knows? Point is, she was like, I used to work here. Everybody knew about your daughter's situation. He was like, yeah. My daughter's stronger now. That's dope. She got her money right. She went to China to go find her daughter. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? There was some weird thing where somebody went home, went somewhere to an airport, and they were like, yo, this is your kid. And I'm like, who is these people? Don't know who these people are. The Black Mass dude, because they also had to blow. Look, I skipped that part. So they found out where the island was, and they were swarming that joint, so they blew up the whole island. You know what I mean? Blew up the whole joint. So there's no more joint, right? There's no more anything. So they got everybody out. All the rich people, they done bounced out on the helicopters, or all the guards and joints in the pink outfits. They done got on a ferry and they out. They done got on a ferry and they out. So yeah, everybody survived. My man goes to 456 Kids' house. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I forgot my man's name. I'm a friend. I'm here to just deliver this. This is his. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, it just, you know. She's like, yo, man, forget him. He ain't even came to see me for years. He ain't all that. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And my man was like, yo, he died. These are his last things. I just want to get this to you. He said, get this to you if anything happens. And she's like, oh, snap. That's where all the money went. All the money went to her. Boom. Again, Hollywood wouldn't do it that way. Hollywood wouldn't do it that way. Because at the end of the day, when you heard Black Mask, when he was one of the participants, he was doing what he was doing, but he was also, he's been there before. He was a winner himself, so he knows, yo, you form these bonds, and there's a point of wanting to survive. There's a point of you have to do what you got to do. And him and whole boy even sat down before he gave him the knife. He took the mask off. I'm like, wow, I should believe you, son. He took the mask off. I'm like, yo, I'm your mans. Remember, we was out here. It was us against the world. I mean, yeah, I was playing you. I was playing you. But, dog, I want to see you make it. You have a piece of humanity. You have so much compassion. You have so much resolve. You have so much determination. You won, and your only hope was, I want to stop this. We offered you a chance to come inside and be with us. And you were like, nah, you're different. If you survive this, please leave this alone and go on about your business. Dog, I want to kill this. I just don't want this around. I feel where you're coming from, B. I know I'm doing a whole lot more dialogue than was ever in that joint, but you could see that was the vibe, son. So, boom. He gives my man's daughter, 456's daughter, the joint. She got the money. She up a little bit. And this crazy because then that's a nice neighborhood, son. Like a nice neighborhood. And now I'm thinking like, yo, were they in America? Like, that's a nice neighborhood. It didn't look nothing like where he was at. I'm like, yo, this looks dope. I didn't even peep that they were even in America until I saw Kate Blanchett's face. And now I peeped the graffiti. I'm like, oh, snap. Then all of a sudden you saw the buildings. It's like, oh, they was in America, so they gonna try to make an American version. Don't make an American version, Hollywood. Please don't. Because you don't have the storytelling ability to put something like that out. Like y'all Hollywooded up the reality show version of it. You know what I mean? Like y'all don't, you know what I mean? Like you gotta have 400 and something characters. All of them people can't be stars. All of them people can't be close to being stars. All of them people can't be recognizable. Some of these, and we can't just be out here going, hey, here's a Brad Pitt moment from Deadpool where the invisible guy electrocutes himself and you're like, oh snap, that was Brad Pitt. No, you can't afford to have these moments. You can't come up with American games that are so diabolical. You can't come up with anything that makes people like one group of people or a couple of people, not like other people. Have people that you didn't like or did like and then reverse that in a split second. Hollywood doesn't have that in them. I've watched, you've watched, if you're in America, you've watched, if you watched American movies, have watched enough movies to know half of the time, you're like, oh, that's the villain right there. The days of just 6 Cent flipping us out. What's the joint with Harrison Ford and I can't think of a name. Michelle Pfeiffer, right? Michelle Pfeiffer, Harrison Ford, and the shorty was killed, and you come to find out it was Harrison Ford who killed her. Yeah, that we don't have that sensibility anymore. We can't find that in us anymore where it's so layered. Unless you're gonna get the guy from Knives Out to write that joint, you have no way to make people move like that. You can't do this like Lost. You can't do this like Sons of Anarchy. You can't do this like Walking Dead. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Daryl and them should have been dead a few times. You know what I'm saying? Remember what the Asian dude? He died. And the monsters was eating him up, and people thought he was gone, but he wasn't gone because he had the other dude on top of him, and he like that, and he just slid up out the way like, "Yo, son, I'm out." Caught the joint to the dome later on, but that's not the point. Point is, Hollywood doesn't like to kill the popular people all the time. So, yo, comic books do. Comic books do all the time. Stories do. Novels do all the time. You know what I mean? That's my point. Like, we're in a place right now, Hollywood, and trust me, there's money in Squid Games. Go somewhere and let somebody who will invest in the story and not the characters. Then maybe we'll do it. Then you can do it. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like this, it's not the. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. Don't do it, Hollywood. I just spent so much time talking about that one show, Squid Games. Whatever. It was dope though. Don't get it twisted. I mean, I personally like the way it ended. A lot of shows are dope, man. A lot of TV shows is cracking. It's just sometimes then there's some trash TV shows. I haven't even finished Mobland, and I haven't finished Mobland because I don't know if there's a season 2. Because I don't want to invest in stuff and then there's no season 2. Mobland got a lot of stars, son. Stars. Ain't no need to be investing in something and then ain't no season 2 jumping. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that. I can't do that. I know people be like, Tulsa's dope. Tulsa's dope. I don't know. I ain't never seen it. You telling me about it ain't gonna make me want to go, ooh, I need to see Tulsa. But yeah, Tulsa's dope. You know what I'm saying? The Chi, I done stopped dealing with the Chi a long time ago. Outside of Power, I ain't seen nothing else I ain't seen nobody else's story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's just some stuff. I never saw Snowfall. I never saw Snowfall because I'm you know what I'm saying? Snowfall came out right when right when my interest in Power was waning is when Snowfall was really kicking up. And it was like, I'm good, B. I can't P-Valley. It's like sometimes I just want something that's just going to be so different that it throws you off. And everybody always go, yeah, I put it up there with The Wire. It's not The Wire. The Wire was ambiguous all day. The Wire was ambiguous. The fact that we rooted for more of the villains shows you how ambiguous it was. We weren't rooting for the villains because we was like, yeah, son, I want to be a dope dealer. We was rooting for the villains because there was a sense of loyalty. There was a sense of obligation. There were situations where you understood their situation. You know what I'm saying? Them young boys was out here hustling. Michael B. Jordan's character was out here on the block because he was the only one taking care of that. When you found out they had no peoples, his peoples weren't there. He was taking care of his peoples. He was his little joint money, his little hustle money was going to putting shoes on feet and food in bellies, and he wasn't styling out. He was taking care of his peoples. You know what I'm saying? That. And the fact that that Bodie and his mans and them couldn't even really kill him because they was like, dude, why'd you have to come back, man? Come on, man. It was like, yo, because they understood this dude he wasn't in it like that. He wasn't even in it for the same reasons. He wasn't in it to be part of the hood. He was like, yo, I gotta make sure my little peoples is straight. I gotta take care of them now. You can't find that on Snowfall. You can't find it on a P-Valley. You can probably find it on Chi, but you can't find that on a lot of other. That small piece is crazy, son. That small little window right there is crazy. Marlo and Avon connecting. Avon like, yeah, you send me this, boom, boom, and I got you, and I'll hook you up with my hookup. Word, okay. And he like, yo, I ain't even really need that joint. I just don't want them dudes from the other side of town taking over. This is our joint. We 1-1, son. All the beefing that we do, that's all good for the streets. But right now, it's your world. You got the whole outside of the town down. You can't find that. You don't find that. That's a whole nother level. Being from around the way and being in some stupid situations, because hood pride is so much bigger than anything. Only hood dudes understood that piece. Only hood dudes understood. Yeah, son. Yeah. Anybody else was like, so hold on. But won't they just beefing? They were. But right now, he can't hold the block down. He gotta hold it down. He can't hold the side of the town down anymore. He gotta hold it down. Then when he get back out, if he get back out, that's a whole nother thing. Then it's right back to, yeah, okay, then I'm back. me and you got to go back at it. So now we can't be homies. The fact that he even told that Marlo told Prop, like, yo, son, I can't be nobody's sidekick. I ain't nobody Robin, son. Nah, you can't be out here sunning me. That ain't what I do. I'm big dog. I'm alpha. You are alpha-ish. You alpha-ish. You got alpha elements, but I'm 100% alpha. I can't do it like this. And for the record, your people sold you out. Your fam sold you out. Crazy. You don't get that. These other shows ain't hitting you with that. The greatest moment in The Wire, the moment, the season with the kids, and the very last scene of that season, old boy who Weebay's son with the dude, all of a sudden he with dude, and the dude was like, yo, son, you coming back in to finish the stuff up, man? Alright, cool. And the dude who was out here stealing cars like crazy goes down the road, yo! And he, you know what I'm saying, he turning his back on the hood as he go up in the house. But even more important, it ends with a four-way. All of these dudes started out together and they all went in their different ways. They all went their different directions. It was crazy, son. How symbolic that was. You ain't understanding how symbolic that was. Crazy. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say they got into it on season 2, and so season 1 was chaotic for them. Season 2 was a whole, and that was a cool thing too. Season 2 was a whole different beast where the block took the back seat. You're not gonna catch a lot of these shows where there's a whole nother element out of the blue, and your main characters are now side characters. They made the Barksdale, they made Stringer Bell, they made Bodie, they made all of them hustlers, they made Omar, they made all of them side pieces. They weren't the main chick no more. They was the side piece. And it was like, this is the main get down. This is the new joint we following up on. We're trying to stop it. They was like, yo, we're trying to get it from the docks. We trying to stop the problem as it come in. Crazy. No shows ain't gonna be ambitious like that. The fact that, again, going back to the kids, they was talking about the school system. The main characters, again, took side piece lane. Bodie, Stringer Bell, all that, Marlo coming up on the scene. All of this stuff, they side pieces now. They on the side. They ain't the main event no more. Now you focusing on these 4 kids, and you're trying to figure out what's up with these 4 kids, and you peeping the game. My man ain't really got the heart to be in a hustle. His mama making him hustle, because his daddy a hustler. His daddy in the game, so his mama like, you need to be like your daddy and make sure I'm straight. I don't know if y'all understand the nuance, the overlayer, underlayer, overstanding of that whole dynamic. You know what I mean? That is a dynamic that is plagued, and I'm gonna say the word plagued men, not just black men for centuries. Everybody has a story. Everybody knows of a story. Dad dies, dad's sick, dad left. Dad went to fight off in the war and never came back. Whether he died or he messed around and found a sweet young thing on the opposite end and was like, yo, I think I want to be with you forever. It was crazy back home. I'm going to get this GI Bill. We're going to make a life for ourselves. Whatever. Right? Kid, oldest son has to now take over. Oldest daughter now has to take over. Children are now placed in a position to run and take care of the household. You have to be the provider. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's past black people. This is something that has always been a thing. If the pops is gone, if the mom is gone, Michael B. Jordan's character, I can't think of my man's name right now. He was the provider for his family, which were his younger siblings. He had to step in and be that. You see what I'm saying? This is something that we all have had, but to have your mother go, yeah, you're going to take over your father's role. You're going to be the head of the household. You're going to make it happen. You're going to do it. No pushback. This is no pushback. This isn't like, Jimmy the Greek. Jimmy the Greek been a hustler. If you don't know who Jimmy the Greek was, he was a dude who would give you the numbers on football? Like, if you were out here gambling, who would you put your money on? It was said Jimmy the Greek was always about that money way back in the day. And the first time that his people got in financial problems and his dad was like, yo, let me hold something, he lost all respect for his father. Word has it, he wasn't even calling his pops pop. Well, he was calling that dude by his first name. You know what I'm saying? That was how much respect he had lost for him. Like, yo, I'm a kid and you coming at me asking me for that money? Psh, okay, Frank. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I'm saying? That was how that went. But she put him in a position to take care of her like that was her man. She basically husband up. She got wife. She was willing to be wifed by her son. And he was like, yo, I just want to be a kid. I don't even want to, like, if I didn't even have to stand on a block, I would go somewhere and do something. He was the one that the whole boxing thing started out. He was the one who was like, yo, I'm about to go do this boxing thing. He ain't had no hands. And Michael had the hands. He was like, oh, yo, my man. Yo, and Mike. And even then, it's crazy. The small subtleness. Mike, and because to me, I just thought Mike was like, yo, I don't really want nobody around me. I don't trust nobody. Boom, boom, boom. Who knew? He was being touched. He had been touched. Who knew? Marlo's mans knew about who been there, done that. I know what that's like. So when he go in on Michael's stepdad, he go in to the point, shorty like, yo, you good? That was overkill, B. Like, God, yo. And it's wild because he ain't even say why. He was just like, yo. And my man looked at him and knew. He was like, all right. You can't make that on TV anymore. The smallness on that joint, son. The smallness on that is ridiculous. The fact that the way he looked, way Michael made that face, that suggestion, the body movement, my man picked up on it like, oh no, I know what that is. I got you, B. You say less. Don't even, I got you. Don't say nothing. I feel you. I'm going to handle this myself. I got this. I've been there. You don't get that. He never even had to mention that he'd been through it. You felt it. You knew it. You understood it. We don't make shows. So when people be like, I think people just be like, yo, here's some black people selling some drugs. Here's some black people doing what we think is black people stuff. It's relatable. Nah, son. Nah. The Wire is a whole different joint because The Wire is giving you stuff that's unspoken out loud. And you knew about it. You felt it. You saw it. You heard it break down. Everybody got a Bodie in their squad. Everybody got a dude who's just like, yo, there's rules to this, and these dudes ain't following the rules, son. These dudes ain't. Yeah, son, we gonna have to get rid of these dudes. These dudes gotta go. And he was ready to snitch on it. He was like, yo, I'm snitching on Marlo and them. Dude, these dudes ain't the same. These dudes ain't built like the Barksdales. These dudes ain't built like Prop Joe. These dudes ain't the same. They ain't on the same level. But the crazy part is they were. It's just for they circle. They ain't cared nothing about none of that. They was on some Napoleon Hitler joint. They was like, yo, we about to take over all this. We gonna start here. And if we need to, we gonna go to the other side. And we gonna take over that joint too. We gonna take all of this over, son. All of this. He was a gangster. He wasn't a hustler. He was a gangster. He was on bully time the whole time. Then when your mans was like, yo, you ain't even gotta do that, take your money and da-da-da. He got the suit on. He like, this ain't even me, B. I'm out. Goes on the block. Who are you? Plop, plop. Yeah. It ends with him standing on the corner feeling comfortable. Like, this is me. This is what I do. I don't even do it for the money. Because if you paid attention, you never really saw what Marlo did with his money. His mans and them lived way out the way. You know what I'm saying? Whole family and all that. Marlo could kill. It was just the bullying is what got him popping. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, that's a nice ring. Yeah. Let me have that. Let me get that. Yo, it was just he in the spot took the lollipops and threw it in his pocket and gave my man the strong eye contact. Like, yo, My man like, come on, B, you gonna do me like this? You know what I'm saying? Bully. The money was secondary. It's the bullying. He was literally a hustler version of Omar, just bullying these dudes. You know what I'm saying? That's why when Omar yapped they joints off of him, he was like, who are you? Okay. All right. I'm gonna peep you. I'm gonna get you, son. I got you, B. He was like, you got me. That was his whole thing. Like, oh, there's somebody out here thinking they could just roll up on me. That's why even in the jail cell, he was like, my name is my name. He was all about the reputation, no different than Omar. But you were looking at it from the angle of, yo, he trying to take the hustle game over like the Barksdales. The Barksdales was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Avon like, yo, I'm about that. Stringer like, yo, pull my mans in. We make this joint, son. We out here trying to unite. We trying to family it up like the mobs up top. We can do this. We can have a whole organization. Man, forget, I ain't trying to partner with nobody, son. Blood's been spilt for these blocks, man. These is mine. Them towers is mine, son. We ain't sharing nothing. You know how many people had to die on our side for them towers? Man, them dudes, hey. Let them come through if they want. Let Cheese and them slide through if they. Man, let me catch them out here. It's on, dog. Why is you even talking to these dudes? Who is you? I thought you was we did this together. You out here? Oh, is you changing on me, Stringer? Dog, I'm a businessman now. I got a whole store, son. I do things, B. This hustler thing is beneath me. I use the money I help laundry your money, son. I don't need you to laundry my money, B. I'm me. Marlo wasn't that. Like, cause Avon was about the hood status of knowing that he ran that joint. He did what he did to take over Deez's heads. Who wants what? You want a piece of my pie. I want to be the connect that you gotta come through. You gotta get through me to get to my connects. Prop had his own connects. That was they joint, son. He was on that. Marlo was a bully. Marlo was like, yo, he was more Omar than he was Avon. He was like, yo, the hustling was the hustling, but he really just he enjoyed running up on your spot and making your peoples get little. Yeah, son, hey, y'all got till like sundown to get up off of this. We about to take this over. Who are you? Either, I'll tell you what then, you want to stay here, then you leave your mans and them and you come on my team. But you can't, if you ain't on my team, you can't be on this block no more. This is my block. I took this over. That's all he was just taking joints over. For real. But anyway, that's the type of, I hate when I see people see black shows and they first think, yeah, man, I think this is more better than The Wire. No, it's not. It's not. The Wire is a different beast, son. Altogether, The Wire is different. And every time you watch it later on, you pick up on more things. I'm not picking up on more things when I'm watching Power. I'm not picking up on maybe Harlem, the joint with Forrest Whitaker, but that's based on a true story. That's different. There's so much nuance and stuff that's going on underlaying on that joint. That's the whole nother layer. If you want to say something that's probably close, that's it, because that has multiple dynamics going on at the same time. You got Malcolm X, you got Bumpy, you got the politicians, you got the Italians, you got all of these things going on at the same time. That makes for good TV, because at any point something else can be the main focus, and you ride with that. The undertone of the civil rights movement. You know what I'm saying? The fact they had Muhammad Ali up in that joint, like the historical not accuracy, because it's all interpretations. The historical occurrences that they touch on, the historical occurrences that they touch on is what makes that joint go. And it's like, yo, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, maybe the Harlem joint with Forrest Whitaker is probably closer in the same vein as The Wire, not P-Valley. Maybe the Shy, but not P-Valley, not Snowfall, not Empire, not the Power franchise. Yeah, son, nah, it's not. They're not. It's too all over the place. It's too. You get to pick various people you want to ride with. You know what I mean? If various joints, you feel every element. You root for these dudes to get by because they're being dogged on in the cops or in the political structure. You rooted for the mayor to get voted out because he was just corrupt as all outdoors. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you saw that he was letting some joints jump off because he was like, my mans goes, yo, I'll let y'all sling it out over here, but don't go down them corners. Hey, and they looking at it like, yo, this street's clean, this street's clean, this street's clean. They let him get to a spot that won't nobody checking for. And it was like, yo, and the cops gonna make sure that y'all can do it here. Not only that, then they was like, yo, the people found out. They were like, yo, so y'all gotta need medical stuff. We gonna have to bring people out here to do testing, do shots, make sure everything is good. Yeah, cool. Then he got hung out to dry. He did what he had to do on his end. Y'all ain't want no more violence and drugs on these blocks here? We did that. We concentrated everything to one spot. And we told these dudes, this is Amsterdam. Do what y'all need, get it on, but make sure y'all don't go outside of here. And the hood took notice, the hood followed up, the hood did what they did. He got hung out to dry for doing what he was supposed to do. And that was keep these streets clean, especially during the election year. But he did it a messed up way. So they had to hit him off like, boom, son, we got to break you off something. We can't let you do that. That's crazy, B. You can't find that on TV. You can't find, there's too many layers to that. And a lot of that, it's just like with Harlem. It's based on factual events. They were telling you stuff that was really happening. When they told you about the school system, that was really happening for Baltimore school system. When they were telling you about the docks, that's a real thing. Is a real thing. It's rooted in facts. The characters are based on real people. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect saying something like this and this isn't either. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is those people are still there to give you the small, intricate details, the small, weird, messed up things that would happen. The crazy, oh yeah, and you know, there's something like this. Yeah, that would never happen that way. But they got the detective dude who came up with the story going, yeah, no, that's not how that would go. Hollywood, but the writers, yeah, that's Hollywood, son. In the real world, the Wire keep it real. That wouldn't happen that way. That's not how that would go down. So how it would go, boom, boom, boom. And guess what? When the hood saw those episodes, they're like, yo, yeah. Because you rarely hear anybody go, that don't even seem realistic, son. When it came to the Wire, it's not a lot of, like by the Power, it got so crazy, son. It was just like, dude, come on, B. For real? For real? If you say so. Like, it got to that point. With the Wire, it's a rarity. But anyway, I done talked about two totally different shows. Isabel Peron, there ain't no A on that. Isabel Peron is the episode. Thank y'all for listening. This is what we do, man. This is how I get down. My bad. I overindulged. I just went into this place. But anyway, what we gonna do? East Coast, West Coast, Worldwide Lords, boys, y'all know what we do. Keep it on popping when I get it popping. Pop, poppity poo. Oh, I ain't had nothing else for that. But anyway, let's get into what we do. Thank y'all for listening. Let's go. Rest in peace, the ODB. Yeah. Look, that right there. Woo. Hey, yo, you don't wanna, Then my man was like, yeah, that's what he was like. Just keep it right there. Don't go nowhere. We don't really care. This I swear. Put it on top of the game. It ain't a lame thinking that he gon' do this, snatch his chain. I deboed you. He owed who? Me? My pockets on free.
Style on the wow. I better stop rhyming like this, like now. Not later. Flavor. Got you rearranging your whole data. Player. Hater. Hating everything I do. As we. I gotta stop rhyming like that though. For real, for real. Anyway, y'all hear what we do. Y'all hear this beat. Y'all know what time it is. It's the history time. It's the time where we take time to go back in time. You know what I mean? Just to let y'all know. This is what it is. Here's a wild joint, right? Ain't got nothing to do with no music. This is all me. Hold on. For real. I'm thinking about how I want to set this off, because this is what happened, right? I had this weird dream. I was in an apartment complex that I grew up in, and even had the same joint, apartment 44. And so, like, you know, the apartment joints was the 2-story joints, and some kind of way they gutted the top, so there was a 2-story joint. And I'm like chilling, people knocking on the door, and I know these people, and I'm hanging out. And then somehow Brad Pitt comes through. Hold on, stop the beat. As he goes, yeah, Brad Pitt. I'm like, word? Anyway, so me and Brad Pitt, we go someplace. We go down this hill. There's like this pot-belly white dude who got some tats on his belly. He got a towel over his face. I'm following Brad Pitt. I'm just like, yo, I'm hanging out with Brad Pitt. What we doing? My man Brad Pitt jumps on the deck joint, kicks my man, and by the time my man gets ready to take the towel off, Brad Pitt stomps this man's whole head out, son. Just yo. I don't know. Then all of a sudden, as we come in the house, because somebody like, hey, man, what y'all doing? Blow. Brad Pitt pops a dude. I'm like, yo. Oh, snap. Some women with shotguns come in, and they got their guns pointed at me. Brad Pitt's like, yo, I did it. What? He pops off in the ceiling. Popped somebody who was on the second floor. They hit the ground. I'm like, yo, I just want to go home. I'm like, Brad Pitt about to get me killed up in here. I don't know who none of these people are. Like, I don't even recognize the faces, but I know I must have seen the faces, because you don't make up faces. It's just random faces. You know what I mean? It could be a face that your mind has remembered, or something you've seen on TV. I just don't know who these people are yet. All I know is Brad Pitt is like, yeah, somebody owe me my money. Yeah, somebody took my money and started cooking meth. Somebody owe me money. Shorty puts the gun up. And she points to the dude who Brad Pitt stomped outside. Brad Pitt goes outside, stomps him again, kicks him. It's all my man is doing. He, where my money? Where my money? Hey, he don't know me. That's the wild part. He turns to me, hey, you, go down to the joint where because I don't know what he mumbled. He said, go downstairs, go in the basement, open the drawer, get my money. I get this money. I'm looking at this money. I'm in a dream. And I know I'm in a dream, but I'm trying to play this out, because none of this money looks Monopoly to me. I go back up. Brad Pitt looks around. He's like, don't nobody follow me, or I'm going to blow the whole place up. He's like, I rigged bombs everywhere. I'm like, when did this happen? We crossed the street. There's no more hill. I'm like, now we're just like going towards the mall. I'm just like, yo. That's when I had to get up. But I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Brad Pitt was wilding in my dream. Stomped the dude out. Shot another dude. Shot somebody else upstairs. And wanted his money that they stole so they could make meth. Man, look. Dreams is wild, B. You say that to somebody, they gonna be like, we need to be back. They gonna be like, you know what your dream means. This, and that, and the third. My dream just meant for whatever reason. I probably had something on, and Brad Pitt's voice was in it, and there you go. That's because I'm one of them type of people. Like, I'll hear a voice, or I'll like Law and Order will be on, or something will be on, and I'm dreaming what they're talking about. So I'm that person. My mind's never really off. So, get you trying to learn who I am through my dreams. Get out of here, yo. But anyway, let's get into this history, man, because we ain't got that much time. Let's do what we do. One time for the mind, like, take it from the top. Take it from the top, like, this moment in Hispanic history, and you don't stop. Yo, when it comes to South America, they be on their coolness. They've had female presidents, so America, what you doing? We done dropped the ball 4 times if I can remember. 4 times if I can remember. 4 times if I can remember. Yeah. Anyway, I know somebody out here trying to count too. They like Hillary, Kamala, Shirley. Who's the other that we knew was actually out in the presidential debate? Yeah. It was some other women out there back in the day. But anyway, this is about Isabel Peron, and I might be spelling that Peron. First female Republican heads of state in the world. She was Argentina's president from 1974 to 1976. You know what I'm saying? This is what we talking about. Word, this is what we talking about. She was born, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Where we at? I'm out here tripping. She was born in 1931. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is how we get down. This is what we do. Hit you with the banger. What you wanna do? Woo! You know what I'm saying? She was serving as president for almost 2 years. Then a military coup took over. It got so crazy, they put her on house arrest for 5 years. Then she was exiled to Spain in 1981. Her rise to this joint is crazy. You know what I mean? Bring it on. Yeah, you know what I mean? This is what we talking about. This is how we do. Yeah. This is what we talking about. This is how we do. She was always active in Argentinians politics. You know what I'm saying? Doing her thing. This is how she get down. You know what I'm saying? So she met up with her husband, who was a former police officer, and they was always talking about what to do and how to get down. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, yo, let's get into it. This is how we do. This is what we're gonna do. Her rise to power, you know what I'm saying? As she was doing what she was doing, she was like, yo, she became part of the Justicalistic party to run out there in March in 1973 presidential election. You know what I'm saying? She was doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? Her victory in a snap election called by Congress in September of 1973. You know what I'm saying? Considered the likely win by 62%. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. This is how we do. You know what I'm saying? She took over after her husband got caught out there as the acting president on several occasions. You know what I'm saying? Her presidency was that joint. It suffered you know what I'm saying? When her husband suffered heart attacks, she was basically summoned home from Europe to do things and try to figure out what was up. He died on the 1st, you know what I'm saying, of July. And no less than that, you know what I'm saying, they had a third election. As the vice president, his widow then became the president. This is how she got her spot. This is where it gets crazy, because they was like, nah, son, we don't want that. So, yeah, this is what we do. Her fall from power. Woof. You know what I'm saying? They was like, nah, son, we don't really want you. We want this right here. And basically, they just started rolling up on people, getting rid of people. The coup was in. And they was like, yo, what you want to do? What you want to get down? Huh? We got you, yo. And then they just held her captive for like 5 years, put her on house arrest for 5 years, exiled her to Spain. You know what I'm saying? She even then she was still like trying to figure joints out. You know what I mean? But the first female president in South America to do her thing, not just to do her thing, but just the first. She got in the game. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, ooh, nah, we need to get you up out of here. Now, there's been other female presidents down there, so yo, but yeah, she paved the way in a sad turn of events with the heart attack of her husband and all that, and being the vice president, and then having to step in that role, and then people going, yo, we don't want you, but it is what it is. This is why we get down. This is how we do. These are these history lessons. Please know the name of this woman. Please do the research on this woman. I don't do all of this stuff justice because these people have whole lives, son. And just I'm just sprinkling y'all with this right here. You know what I'm saying? To get the mind tingled, like, ooh, that seems interesting. Yeah, man. Everybody got a story, man. You ever talk to like a homeless person and they break you off something crazy? And you're like, yo, that's dope. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Everybody got something. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get into what we do and how we do. Thank y'all for rocking Legal Crime Radio. Let's do what we do, man. Wu Tang Wednesday.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.